practice for Standard 11. The Wild Saviour. Neelam came running into the house shouting joyfully,
Ali Bhai has come! Ali Bhai has come!
The Ram Singh's family members went running out to see, and there he was, a tall man with broad shoulders, red cheeks and nose and whitish skin tone, dressed in a warm, thick, long woolen coat, tight trousers, big leather boots, and a brown fur cap. With a broad, warmful smile, Ram Singh embraced him and said, come in, you are the most welcome, my friend." Ali Bhai petted everyone and spoke affectionately to each member of the family in his thick, strong, manly voice and made himself comfortable on a couch. Mother brewed some tea while Ram Singh conversed to Ali Bhai. Ali Bhai was a traveler who covered long distance walking in the Himalayas mountain. He loved to observe nature. He went from village to village, town to town in the mountains, selling dried apricots, herbs and medicine and valuable stones he had collected during his travelling. "Where have you gone this time?" asked Ram Singh. "I went up the How mountains, up to the boundaries of India and Tibet."
"Alone?"
asked Neelam. "Of course, I am accustomed to it. Well, I will stay here only for a night. Tomorrow morning I shall leave," he said.
"No, Ali Bhai, no. We won't let you go. You have to entertain us with your hill stories,"
said Neelam. After a lot of insistence, he agreed to stay for a couple of days. That night, they all kept awake until it was late, sitting on his bed, listening to his interesting travelogue. Ali Bhai began his tale. "It was almost a couple of hours to the nearest village. I was only a few miles away from the boundary of India and Tibet. I was hungry and sat down to eat my lunch. It was absolutely quiet everywhere except some birds chirping occasionally. I had hardly had a few morsels when I heard soft, feeble growls. I was worried because from the sound I was sure that it was nothing but a bear. I rapidly closed my tiffin box and bent low so that the odor of food and my body were not carried by the strong breeze to the monster. I took up my bamboo staff with its pointed iron end in my right hand and a big double-edged knife in my other hand. I crawled cautiously to the border of the mountain and looked down into the deep, narrow valley. Soon my eyes saw two tiny snow leopard cubs on a small, flat piece of land on the incline of the opposite mountain.
"Oh my God! What did they look like?"
asked Neelam. "They were stunning. Their fluffy, snow-white furry coat matched completely with the snow," said Ali Bhai as if visualizing them just in front of his eye. "What were they doing?" asked Arjun. "They were playing. Each one crouched on the snow and rolled their lovely green eyes at each other. Then one would jump on the other. They would wrestle for a while, growling softly. They would crouch again and wrestle again. Watching them was amusing, but I was worried too because the mother leopard could not be seen anywhere. The mother is very violent when she is with her young ones."
"Then what happened?"
asked Neelam. "Well, I kept close to the ground on my belly. I was worried if the mother was around. Soon I saw a very strange thing happen. All of a sudden, a giant black bear came growling from the trees and rushed towards the cubs. Now I was worried more about the cubs than me. Within no time, I heard a deafening roar of rage from just a few meters away from me. To my horror and surprise, a big white cat, the mother snow leopard, appeared jumping down on a nearby huge rock." "Gosh!" exclaimed Arjun.
"How horrifying!"
added Neelam. "Keep quiet," said their mother impatiently. "What happened then?" "Thank God, I was fortunate, for her eyes were set on her cubs and she didn't look up at me. Within moments, the mother leopard leaped down to the cub to protect them. Springing up in the air, she landed straight on the bear fiercely and fearlessly. The bear lost his balance. The violent wild beast went rolling down the steep snow slope, tumbling on each other, till they landed in the narrow valley with a noisy thud. I craned my neck, and so did the two frightened cubs. The mother instinct of protecting her young ones is very strong, Ali Bhai, She is always prepared to battle unto death for her young ones, said Ram Singh. Yes, you are right, said the mother, lovingly looking at the smiling faces of both Neelam and Arjun. Ali Beg continued. The massive bear, 3 times the size of the mother leopard, stood up on his hind legs. He stretched out his big paws with strong, sharp nails. He showed his teeth and growled. The mother snow leopard looked at him for a second, snarled, and with a leap knocked down the black bear. The whole valley echoed with the sound of the battle. The snow leopard was swift and jumped about from side to side, tearing away big pieces of black furry skin of the bear. The bulky and snow bear failed to injure his opponent. The fight lasted for about 10 minutes. The bear was bleeding here and there. Whenever the leopard attacked, the bear lifted his huge paws to protect his visage. The bear was now trying to escape to save his life. They both moved further and further until they disappeared round the huge mountain. I could not see them for a while, but I could hear the growls and snarls. Then the valley was calm and quiet once again. The mother reappeared and ran up to her cubs. She smelled and licked them repeatedly to ensure that they were not hurt by the bear. The three then climbed up the mountain and disappeared.
You must have felt very relieved,
said Neelam. Quite. I felt relieved. I stayed in that position for some more time and watched the family disappearing in the forest, waving their tails. I also waved my hand and whispered goodbye. But what happened to the bear? Asked Arjun eagerly. God knows. All I know is that the coming of the bear was a lucky thing for me because it really saved me. I thank God for saving the calves and me too.